Alright, we got some more Dune Spice Wars. We got Smugglers this time. And we got a lot of some Fremen. We rolled Staban and Stakhanov.
Yes, boss.
And I hate playing Smugglers. It's for much better players and micro people than I.
Yes.
With that
Okay,
said,
let's go.
we'll see if we get a cheeky win
Yes.
here.
Engine's hot.
It's probably worth getting
What's next?
my hands used to RTS stuff too, honestly. All these good RTS games coming out
Let's move.
this year.
Okay,
I
let's
should
go.
probably remember how to do important
Roger.
things like
Yes.
control groups.
Engine's hot. Okay, let's go.
Alright, I mean, this could be a chum sort of setup, with really only tradies to worry about. We maybe have to worry about Carino, but we could always pillage the shit out of them. We have a fuel cell star. We got nice versatile fuel, or whatever this fucking thing's called.
Listening.
Let's get that, and then come over here.
I'm all ears. You all right, boss? You need a sniper? Listening.
Well, let's do a Stakhanov game. So we'll pillage everything around us, and then we'll just stack on our
What do you
regions almost exclusively.
You might want to hold
Get some
your
red tech
breath.
after this to pillage up to 10%,
You need
and
a
we'll hit our
sniper.
specials.
They'll die.
You got it, Chief.
Great. More sand.
What are you guys doing?
Need something, Chief?
What do you want?
What's next?
Get tons of these ornithopters.
We're listening.
Let's get another scav. Another sniper after that.
You all right, boss? I'm all ears. Yeah, all right. Yeah, we're going. Great. More sand. On it, boss. You need a sniper? Yes.
Pillage, pillage, pillage. This one's next. Let's see
Ready to
who's
go.
next to us. We'll see who's over here.
Let's move. Yes.
And we'll take a look at our backfield. We got a nice nearby cruiser wreck, which is nice.
Right, boss. Let's get going.
We get our manpower up first.
You need a sniper?
Yeah, we'll do this pillaging first. Once we're down here, I think lay of the land.
Ready to strike.
Let's get under our base.
I'm all ears. Aiming for the head.
Okay, let's go then. You call me?
Okay, we got Fremen to the south of the deep desert intervening.
You all right, boss?
Could be a pretty tough deep desert from the cap, because he has to basically cap next to my base in order to get that. It's got a great volcano in his spawn, though. It's very nice.
What do you want?
So let's be a little bit cautious.
Yes.
Yes, boss.
Let's move. Okay, let's go.
Desolation up north. Okay. Wonderful.
You need a sniper? On it.
Everyone likes desolation.
Listening.
Pick that up, please.
Ready to strike. Yes, boss.
Let's grab this cruiser wreck.
We're listening. On it.
We'll get an early wraith up. We'll just bunker up here. So I guess we're not going to stack it off, but shield wall's over there. Imperial base is right next to Atreides. I don't think that's worth fighting over.
Ready to go.
Okay. So let's have to pillage, be cautious of our neighbor here.
That's our job.
And can we find a nice place to put a blast region?
Yeah. Listening.
What do you need?
Ooh, looks like a siege over here. In this region.
You call me?
Let's have you
Let's
come over here,
move.
just look at the middle.
We're listening.
Let's save that for now. Pick that up. Blast route, please.
Yes? Yes.
Search this
I'm all
a little bit
ears.
later.
What's next?
Let's say you come over here
Okay,
for the middle.
let's go. Chief?
Yeah.
Oh my god, okay, so this is almost telling us just not even bother. With Stakhanov, what a pain in the butt.
I'm all ears.
Well,
We'll dispose
it's
of
not the end
them
of the world.
from a safe distance.
Yes? Copy.
You all right, boss? Yeah.
You're starved of water, huh?
Finally, some action. They won't see us before it's too late. They're already dead. We'll dispose of them from a safe distance. What do you want? Listening. Yes? Ready to strike.
Hello?
Okay, if we get a mandate, it would be dope. I don't think we'll have the votes. I mean, I assume Korea's going to take that for themselves. Right. Do I have use for my influence otherwise? This goes to Atreides. I assume Karina's going to go for the land strat. I have no unique. I might as well, whatever. See if we get lucky. Heyo!
Yes, boss.
Cool.
What do you
Don't mind
need?
that at all.
What do you want?
You got it, Chief.
You all right, boss?
There's a whole lot of infiltrators, too.
You need a sniper?
Yeah? What? Need something, Chief?
Agreed.
Well, I really need Plascrete, so I'm just going to have to come up here and grab this as much as I don't want to. And I actually assume that maybe we even have one over here somewhere, another siege.
What do you want? Yes? They'll die. We're listening. Yeah. Yes, they're already dead. Aiming for the head. Let's break some bones.
Yes?
Push Idaho. Well, anticipating we're going to get our shit tossed in a minute. I'm going to get up a manpower building the one slot here. Then we'll go over and start pillaging again.
What do you need?
We're listening.
All clear.
Okay, laptop, they're nice.
Received. Okay.
Let's go here, 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 and come back up. Alright.
Ready to strike. Yes? You need a sniper? Listening. Yes, boss. That's our job. We're listening.
Yeah? What? We'll get a share, right?
We'll stay hidden. We'll stay hidden. Aiming for the head. On it.
Oh, donkeys already.
Ready
Wow.
to go. Okay, let's go.
He's going for volcano.
Hello.
Be a nice pick for him.
Ready to strike. Yes, boss.
Really use some water. Jeez.
Need something, Chief?
Listening. On it.
Awaiting order. Received. On the move. Copy. Okay. On vector. On the move. Copy. On vector.
That was my
On the
little
move.
one. Damn.
Okay.
Okay. Let's just do that for now.
You need a sniper. Ready to strike. We ain't paid enough.
Nice.
I'm all ears. We're listening. You alright, boss?
I'll have to bunker this up now before he comes over and fucks this up. Let's turn. Oh. We should probably just get our pillage bonus though.
I'm all ears. Listening. The path is clear. They'll die.
You call me? Yes. What's next?
Really early donkeys. I actually like that. Manpower wise, he has actually quite a few manpower buildings. Shit.
Engine's hot.
Carino's pillaging a white rift. Jesus Christ. Let's be desperate.
What do you want? Yeah. Great. More sand. You need a sniper? Listening. You alright, boss? Ready to strike. We'll stay hidden.
Yeah? What?
Yeah, alright. You need a sniper? That's gonna hurt. Yeah. They're already dead. They won't see us before it's too late.
Looks like maybe he's coming this way.
We're listening. Listening.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, water subsidies. I wouldn't mind that. And I could cancel this. And then we will see if we get water subsidies and take it for free. Oh, shit. Okay. It's one of those. I guess we'll see. I still don't have the influence for it. But we'll hit 5k in a second. Yep, so Carino's got Gaius.
You need a sniper? What do you want? Ready to strike. Yeah.
Some water would be dope.
What do you need?
We ain't paid enough. That's a nice spot. Yeah, all right. You all right, boss?
Need something, Chief?
We're listening. Yes? That's our job. Yes, boss.
Hello? Yes?
You need a sniper? Yeah, we're going. That's our job. We're listening. Listening. Yes?
Don't know where Fremen
You
is.
call me? Okay, let's go.
You all right, boss? We're listening. On it, boss. That's a nice spot. On it. What do you want? Yes, we're listening. Ready to strike. We're listening. Great.
Okay, so he's just got these.
Listening. You need a sniper? What do you need?
Oh shit, he's loaded.
We won't fail. We'll dispose of them from a safe distance. Yes? You need a sniper? They won't see us before it's too late. We're listening. The path is clear. The path is clear. Yeah. Ready to strike. That's our job. We're listening. You need a sniper?
Where's his water
Listening.
coming from?
That's a nice spot.
Was that supply drop here?
Let's earn our wages. Aiming for the head. I'm all ears. Listening. We're listening. Yes? We'll stay hidden. They won't see us before it's too late. I'm all ears. You all right, boss? The path is clear. Yeah. You all right, boss? Yeah.
Sweet.
What do you want? Yes, boss. On our
Let's
way.
get some revenge.
The path is clear.
Seems reasonable, all things considered.
Yes?
As long as we're paid. Copy. Engine's hot. Yes. Roger. Yes? Let's move.
What do you need? That's a nice spot.
Let's move.
We're listening. Ready to strike. You need a sniper?
Need something, Chief?
You all right, boss? We're listening.
Where his fuel cells are coming from, though.
I'm all ears. Yeah, we're going. On it, boss.
We'll get them, Chief. You got it, Chief.
Yeah. Yes.
What do you need?
Yes, boss. Yes, they'll die. The path is clear. On it. They won't see us before it's too late.
was a
Ready to strike. We'll stay hidden. On it, boss. You all right, boss? On it. What do you want?
Roger.
What do you need?
You have all my shit, did I?
Yes, that's gonna hurt. They won't see us before it's too late.
There's no rush, right?
You all right, boss? We're listening.
As long as we're paid.
Aiming for the head.
Oh, Frem's about to get liberated on Crescent Ridge. Jeez. That's a bummer. Yeah, so I mean, I was thinking that maybe what we would do is wait for this tax to hit and this tech to finish. We'll be above, and then we can just use that to try to show them harder. So we'll hit here, we'll finish our red tech, just be aware of Fremen, then we'll come down here to show them support. We'll hit the chum really hard on pillaging. Once Carino's out, it's really like Fremen and Atreides against a choming smug that has a bunch of stuff to pillage here. I can hold the middle. So, how do you have a hammer already? Jeez. Okay, well. We'll remake. Let me take a look at the time, too. Well, this guy already hopped in another game. Jeez. We can always take a look and see what's happening. Maybe we'll just cast this one and see maybe how this lobby decides to play it. There's definitely an overextension in the middle. He must have had a fusion plant or something earlier. I didn't see his fuel cell, but so we got Stepper rather here on Smugs. A lot of land around him to pillage. This is kind of what you want, right? A lot of territories densely packed. For Smugs, it's just pillage central. So, you know, take what you need to. Stack it off if you can. Even if you can't stack it off, you kind of want to, just so you have military bases projecting all that bonus around you, and you can just run around pillaging everything around. So all this area is just pillage, right?
Yes.
The middle is facing away from him. He's got a nice basin next to the middle too, so I actually don't even know if you necessarily want the polar sink. I think you can get by with just a basin, your specials, maybe some fuel cells and plascrete, right? Versatile spice field there. He's got a fuck Moondew, but a lot of area to pillage, so you can easily pillage up to, you know, 10 to 30% in the early game if he just hits his red tree hard down here to scavenging, and make a beeline chum support or something. But generally, if you're going to do like a longer type of game, you also want to have hedge as an option. So going criminal barons relatively early, getting a truce with someone, and then installing a bunch of UHQs is usually a good idea. Once you hit about 6 territories, I think it is, it's better to invest in about 10 UHQs and start building hedge. For Hark has nearby Crescent Ridge, always fun. He went with Piter and Kudu. He's got a desert. Oh, what the fuck? Research hub. Weird shit. Okay. He's got a nice pocket safe safe spice field too. So he's got 2 spice fields that are pretty defensible. This third one down here also is pretty easy. It's got a sandfall. He's got some terrain between him and Carino, and he also has a space cruiser wreck he's kind of favored for. So an early overlord is maybe one of the strongest things you can have I'd argue in the entire game, because in the early and mid game this thing just gives so much value. So if I'm him, I'm pillaging around, I'm scouting this stuff, I kind of beeline for this, get an early spacing guild up, and then just use that to keep people off you, right? Then you can protect the polar sink. There's a little, you know, area here for a bunker. If he wants to make a bunker on the polar sink, just pillage it until he's ready. And he has sandfall in this spice field here. So he has 3 spice fields. He has really good specials. The stuff facing Smugs is also a lot of spice, but I'd argue that down here is kind of where Hark wants to be anyway. They really thrive off this knowledge, and they really thrive off this overlord. So something like that. He's got 3, maybe 4 spice fields if he wants to fight people off that. I think he actually has a pretty good position there. And again, he's very protected. He's got Carino way down here. Carino actually has a white rift that favors him. Now, in terms of the Carino drop, where do you go? I have a suspicion. If I were a betting man, he's going to drop right here. Once he scouts it, he'll see that. Looking at his starting regions and quirks, nothing special here. Nothing special there. Nothing special there. Yeah, okay. I mean, nothing great, nothing horrible. This is actually a decent spice field down here with Ingenious Minds and Hard Workers. You can get a few of those applications and effectively have, you know, basically like a poor man's worm's nest just by having some investment office on it. So that's a pretty good spice field for him to have. The rest of these quirks aren't outstanding. There's no Plascrete region, so he's going to have to build that up anyway. Oh, there's one down here, I guess, but it's not really touching his main. And then he has something like a volcano to favor, and really good terrain that's very defensible. These 2 deep deserts, he has a choke point here, so something like an orbital in this region and bunkering this up in the late game if he wants to go gov, that'd be really strong, hard to deal with. I wouldn't really go into the middle if I were him. I just use these to pillage. And yeah, he has some shit regions here he can pillage too. This one can actually make some money, this bartering customs versatile. So I'd actually put 2, I'd put his double Plascrete here with investment office, a manpower building, and then just fill it out with like water or something. And the bartering customs and versatile will actually give you really good production on this region, right? You'll get like 4 applications, so 80% more resources. So, you know, you'll actually have pretty decent income from this for water slurry and whatever else you want. But yeah, I think this is the drop up here once he scouts it. It'll secure the White Rift, and it'll also secure him Sandfall. So this is kind of where I expect the flashpoint between them to be. Because if he takes these both, this is kind of an unpleasant, you know, attack for Hark. Because, yes, Carino could get vapored in this region. but it's so close, and the train kind of favors this, right? If you have like an already drone down here under the base, you can kind of protect this. And then he has a white rip to just, you know, win the game on. Atreides, fun combo. Thufir and our homie, Dr. Yue. Wholesale market's not usually what I recommend early. Unless you're doing some really wacky sort of shit in your spice field with Harvester Works. It just doesn't really give great utility. You kind of need the other resources a whole lot more too. He doesn't have... Some of this isn't terrible. And I'll tell you why. So the shit wind regions, right, you can get upkeep production with Insulated Valley, so that's not the worst thing in the world. He has an Observatory Mountain nearby. Nice. He's got everything else he kind of needs. Spice, he just has these 2 spice fields. Everything else is going to be pretty pillageable by Smugs, so I think he just has to slow roll it south for this one. He needs to get some Plascrete up. And with 2 spice alone, yeah, you could go down hard onto your Atreides Foreman tech. The risk with that is it's a little bit slow, and it leaves you pretty vulnerable if you don't have Jessica, because without Jessica you're not going to have the truces, the easy truces, so you're kind of much more of a target, I think, to get pillaged by Smugs. At least with Jessica, you can kind of offer them a research or eco treaty, and they might take that instead of pillaging you. But in this case, let's say you're to take one of these spice fields up here, I think Smugs just comes to pillage you or takes it off you. These are otherwise actually like pretty decent, right? He's got Versatile and Scab Network here. This one's got Hard Workers, and this one down here is Hard Workers. So these 4 spice fields are not bad. But he doesn't have Jessica, so getting those truces against, especially if the Smug wants to be aggressive, might be a little tougher. So we have 2 pillage factions up here. We have what's probably going to be a bunker down here. And this guy just has to expand and take his stuff and not get pillaged by Smugs up north. But otherwise, I mean, this is not like a bad setup, right? There's pretty strong bunker here towards Smugs onto Well of Riches. Down here, he's got this spice field, and this is kind of out of Carino's way in a little bit. Again, I suspect Carino, once they scout, are going to drop up here. In the middle, again, I expect Hark to want this.
Call me?
But we'll have to see how they decide to do this. Atreides also just, maybe they got wormed or something. I don't know what's going on here. It's all kind of wacky. Okay. Gallopolis, yeah, really early mechanization. He must be terrified of getting attacked early, and just goes for early fuel cells, which I suspect is what he did in my game too. Is he got early fuel cells, tried to push me out the middle, died, and then, you know, got steamrolled a bit. But Smugs is doing something a lot more typical, I think, which is getting... I usually will come down for industrial scavenging too, just to get that second gear slot. And the scav drone reducing upkeep is really, really nice. If you take a look early game at the majority of your costs, it'll still be from your army, like your single biggest kind of cost you have. The other nice thing you can do with an early fuel cell is you can just start building intel early, and that intel, this extra 5 intel that you get from just having it near things, you get money, but you also get that intel. You can convert that into supply drop or into poison reserves, all sorts of stuff that early is really nice for Smugs. Okay, Carino's doing a good job here pillaging. Now this is not necessarily what you ever in your life want to have for Carino, which is a whole bunch of melee conscripts. These guys, yeah, you can get their armor up to like 9-ish, but generally you want to have your ranged conscripts instead. They're better DPS, they also share health, but you can kind of keep them out of harm's way a little better, and you can kite a little bit. And so maybe you want 1 or 2 or 3 or maybe max 4 of these. But early game, you really want ranged conscripts and maybe just a couple to aggro and pin their range units. In certain matchups, it's a little more dangerous because if you have them stacked up, like skirmishers will burst that unarmored blob of ranged conscripts. But even then, you don't really want to get to melee fight with Fremen, so it's there's not a whole lot of use cases where this makes sense. I would really, if I were him, maybe get max 2 of these guys, and then the rest of them just range conscripts with better DPS and focus them down. He'll take this. I think, again, this is actually a really nice spice field. And then I'd probably pillage the bulk of these otherwise. He needs another, I assume, a wholesale market here. He needs another, probably water on that one. Yeah. Yeah, all this is a bit wacky. He's really missing his key text here as Carino to help them build tall, right? Your investment office from Imperial Administration and that extra quirk you get, and then the Emperor Monument you get up early so you can have that upkeep production. So usually you'll see these 3 or 4 texts gotten as some of the first. Solid materials usually number 1, just for the Plascrete. Then with these, and then, you know, from there you kind of can go wherever you need to go. If you need mechanization because you expect some of the aggro, you can get that. If you want integrated costs because the rest of your production is not going to be great, or you don't have a spice field, that's not a bad idea. But yeah, this is a bit wacky. He's got another spice field here though, so I think we'll be okay. Hark has a nice big blob. It looks like he's going to come down here and get this spice field. I actually don't hate this spice field, but it means he's going to have to bunker up middle and this spice field here. Oh, you know what? He actually sees Hark. Okay. You know, so between these armies, I actually think this could have been favored for Hark, this kind of fight, which maybe is counterintuitive, but hear me out. Let's say instead of having 4 of these guys, you've actually got maybe 2 troopers, and then like 3 Serbs, right? And then you engage this army. Those 3 Serbs will absolutely wipe these snipers almost instantly. And then you have your troopers and gunners against this sort of stuff. I think I'd favor Hark in that. And so what I usually recommend, especially if you have a smuggler nearby, is early change your comp a little bit. I would get stealth Serb, yeah. I think that's right, and I think that, yeah, well, the gear upgrades are fine. But I would definitely go with early Serbs, because early Serbs also have better DPS than the gunners and then the troopers into unarmored units. And so if you have unarmored raiders, or let's say you have a little Fremen raider running from siege, you can just attack them with a Serb, and the bleed effect will kill whatever unit that is. They have this really gnarly bleed effect, the Serbs proc. Let's see what he's doing. Okay. Yeah, all this is great. The Smug is gonna get some more red tech. Atreides is going to build wholesale market. Spying Mastery, okay. So this is unusually with Thufir. You can actually do this in Sustained Eco, which is you can get your really greedy hedge techs. You can come down here to Spying Mastery, and those build a lot of value from the quirks. The agent traits you have as Thufir, right? Each time you're rolling for these agents, you basically are double rolling onto stuff like Suk Doctor. And so the faster you get these up, these Suk Doctors will supercharge your economy just by getting your research pumped, right? You take a look here. Suk Doctors make him 1.8 knowledge right now. As he scales his knowledge up and he gets more levels, it's going to be even higher. And you can do some cheeky shit with Thufir where you can basically re-roll agents. And so if you actually have a really bad agent, like the quirks are just bad, you just don't need it, you can actually delete the agent. So when you take them off the field, they'll end up in this little slot. If you hover over it, and I think you right-click twice or something like that, it actually deletes the agent. It'll reset the total, and then you'll have a faster recruitment for the next agent. So if you have a really bad one, you can always do that and just keep rolling until you get good ones. If you come down Thufir and you have Spying Mastery down here, usually because of the way these other quirks work, right? Agent recruitment speed is double this effect with Sustainable Spying. You'll be able to re-recruit agents really, really, really fast. And so you basically will just continually re-roll agents until you have stuff like Mentats and Suk Doctors and stuff you really need. So doing this sort of early spying mastery rush, it can actually work pretty well. And if you have Jessica, usually people give you treaties that will that'll come do the rest. If you have Jessica, usually I recommend getting urban planning really early. Urban planning, people are going to want a trade agreement that'll float your economy too. So urban planning, lay of the land, you can come down diplo maneuvers or spying mastery next, and then you can kind of go on about your day. But yeah, this is without Jessica a little bit risky just because he's an easy pillage target. But we'll see how he manages. Let's take a look at the Cho market. Yeah, Hark's come up. Everyone's got a little bit of something. The trade is only positive because he has no military, which is definitely one way to save money. Karina's gone with a Sard and an early arty drone. Then we see Smug's up here at the biggest, and he's I actually like this comp a lot.
We're ready.
Early free company too. So yeah, he's got a basin, which is great. He's got a polar sink. He's run out of plascrete, it looks like. Okay, he's taking a look here. So again, I think if you're in the position of Smugs, right? Let's see what he actually can see. Okay. He has a non-aggression pact with Atreides. He is post 5k, so he has lands red. So he will lose standing if he decides to break or betray Atreides. But you can do more than that, right? Let's say he hasn't done this yet. Let's say he actually scouts Atreides and their spice field here. He could be a huge prick and take something like this region, or this region, or this region, and just steal spice from it. And if Atreides wants to break truce, they can. But until then, you can just kind of steal, steal their spice income. It just gives you Solari and decreases the amount of spice they get. And that could be a really effective way of dealing with getting forced truce to Smugs. Is, you let him force truce you instead of betraying him. You just take this region next to it. You build a spice stealing silo, and as soon as it's done, you get a spice silo up. You can get a military base. You get an airfield or missile battery. And after a couple of those are done, you can use your influence to break truce, go and pillage him, and run back out. Before the next force truce is ready. And early game, you can really get away with it. Snipers trade really well into most things early game. And Atreides is heavy weapon squads. It's not what you want if you're going to defend against either Carino or Atreides in the early game. These can be really great against stuff like Verney's drones, stuff that's really heavily armored. So let's say Ekaz Squires, for example, or Knights in the blob. These are helpful, and the DPS is great, but it reduces the armor on stuff. The benefit, though, of using the Atreides Rangers is that their upgrade lets them have long rifle. And so long rifle lets them actually trade into snipers, right? 50 range on the sniper, 49 Atreides Ranger with the faster attack speed. You can basically chunk down the snipers and trade out that manpower that way. It's usually a little bit better of a defense against that than against the Carino conscript spam. Up here, it looks like Hark is happily going to take this spice field. Again, this is not really the comp you want as Hark either. I think some Serbs, stealth Serbs, really do wonders against stuff like snipers. CP-wise, they're about even. But again, I think I'd probably expect Smugs to win that fight one-on-one. Just because snipers are going to have the first shot and take out probably 8 CP worth of units.
We kill without warning.
Let's see what else he has. He should have second gear slot open. Oh no, he doesn't have industrial scavenging yet. Okay, so still working on it. Going for geothermals too. Hark is in the negative, probably just buying Chom. And wow, Carino's
Yes, Majesty.
pillages White Rift. It's way over here in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Interesting choice.
What's our next step?
Now, early game, barracks, I don't know if this is ever what you want. for Carino, Emperor Monument's probably the best building you can build. Building it earlier just builds you more hedge passively. So by the end of the game, that Emperor Monument probably makes you 2.5k hedge. So getting that up early is definitely a good idea. Usually you want it in the 2 slot. Sometimes you want it in the 3 slot or in the 1 slot. Any of those is fine. Just remember that it doubles the benefit you get from district bonuses. So if you do put in this 2 slot, let's say you're Carino, you have something like this already, and you want to finish your yellow tree, then, you know, put an admin hall in your 1 slot. You'll double that and get 30% decreased development cost. So you can, you know, whatever you go for first as Carino, let's say in this case he's doing early red, get an Emperor Monument in your 2 slot, and your 1 slot put an admin hall, and then you can catapult your yellow tech so you can finish this off. The more techs you research, the more expensive subsequent techs are. But yeah, this is a very unusual distribution setup here. Pillaging is definitely the right move here, but I don't know if I pillage all these different things. And I definitely look to get 3k in his next base up, but probably drop over here. Smugs and Hark, looks like there's no love between them. Atreides is still doing some weird shit. He has a militia siege in his backyard too, that's outstanding. Alright, well, I've seen about enough of this. I'm expecting Smugs to win this, but I mean, Hark has 3 spice fields, probably a 4th one down here, and should be able to take Cruiser Wreck in the middle after. If Hark gets all those, I mean, that's definitely a chome threat, where you can try a little cheeky assassination on Smugs to force abandoning. But yeah, really bizarre. Peer-to-peer, huh? Well, we'll hop back on and get a game up in a little bit. I'm gonna go walk the dogs and eat some lunch.